Hi everyone, this is Light Codes by Lara. I'm Lara and we're here healing the collective consciousness. So the big question for today is, what the heck are light codes? That is the big question that so many of you have been asking. And this is a question that even people who are channeling light codes and light language continue to ask ourselves because it's complicated. You know, people from around the world have struggled to define light codes and light language in a complete and comprehensible way. This is because light codes and light language are a form of the unspoken word, meaning that it is actually beyond the capability of human language to define it. It is so great, the concept and the energies and the energy that is behind light language and light codes, that there are no words for it. So this does not need to be interpreted as a religious concept, but does potentially require either an openness to spirituality and or a notion of an energetic consciousness that is greater than ourselves. So with that, light codes are an expression of light language, and light language is an expression of light codes. So light language is like a package of information which cannot be fully translated, like I said, into our current human language, but is rather expressed through various mediums such as movement, dance, like you'll see people maybe making videos of like really cool hand signs like that. That's a form of light language. You'll see people expressing themselves as dance through movement, bigger gestures. Dance in general actually is a form of light language in many ways, and I'll get into that in a moment here. Written signs and symbols, photos can be art, music, through speech and song. If it's spoken or sung, then it's just going to be sounds. It probably isn't going to be so much of a known human language. It'll be like different sounds. Basically, it's when energy is expressed and interpreted through someone who feels the connection to the energy and is therefore always considered a channeling. So remember when I said dance can often be an expression of light language? Well, not all dance would be light language, but if they're really connected to that greater energy while they're doing it, then it actually is. Okay? So if you can connect to that greater energy and then you find yourself channeling something in whatever way it is, written, spoken, whatever it is, dance, then you are channeling light language. So with this basic and kind of completely complicated semi-understanding of what light language is, we can narrow our focus to light codes. So I like to say light codes are life codes, and that we all need this. Okay, let's just stop for a second. Light codes are life codes. The reason why I'm saying this is because we all need a little help decoding our lives in our current world as it continues to intensify. So very little in our lives is normal anymore. Like, how often do you think to yourself, it wasn't like this before? Or when things settle down, like, it just keeps going. We keep being bombarded by things. We keep getting knocked off our center. We keep getting frightened by things. We keep getting triggered and get more traumas. And this is our current reality. And it's because, and I've said this before, that we are experiencing a changing of the tides. We're moving from the age of Pisces into the age of Aquarius. And whenever there's a crossover of the ages, which lasts hundreds of years, by the way, there is turmoil, there is disruption, there is chaos, there is a lot of change. This is normal. Everywhere you look is change. The world is experiencing change, and this is normal. However, in order to assist humanity in not only surviving this transition in the best and most optimal way, but also thriving in this transition as well, we are given tools. Now, tools are going to be showing up in all different kinds of forms. They already are. They're already here and more are coming. This is to help us evolve in advance. Some of us are going to gravitate to some tools and love them. Others are going to gravitate to others and love them. The same tools aren't going to work for the same people. We're all individuals. So it's always about finding what tools are appropriate for you and in what timing, because it's going to change as you develop, as you heal, as you evolve in advance. Just like you have a teacher today, maybe in 6 months you're going to have another teacher. Maybe that because we need this change to happen in order to grow. So something comes in for a time and we can't attach to it. We need to be able to go, thank you, and now I'm done with you, and moving on to the next tool that's going to come in and help us, or teacher, or whatever it is. So it's all about not getting attached to the process. And that's why there's so many things for us to choose from, so we can evolve. So as people are becoming more conscious, more self-aware, more accepting of the need to utilize these tools, we're getting more, okay? So, but light codes are actually a really powerful tool to assist us through this transition of moving from Pisces into Aquarius. And it can also help us evolve on levels which we might otherwise have difficulty accessing. Now, not to say that something else can't help us access those levels, just saying that light codes are really good for that, okay? And they might work for some people, they might not work for other people. It's up to you as an individual to decide what is right for you and what feels good for you. But light codes are particularly useful if we want to expand our concept of ourselves to include the awareness that we are more than just our physical body. And for those of us who already have this kind of awareness that we're more than our physical body, they have the capability of taking us to levels that we still can't even imagine, to take us to levels of healing that we wouldn't have even believed was either possible or even needed it. So that's where they're particularly good. Alternatively, light codes can also assist us if we are completely shut down to realities outside of Newtonian physics. So in other words, the people who don't want to think that quantum physics is real, who find that too frightening, or just it doesn't work for them for whatever reason, the light codes still have a way to work with us. And that is because light codes hold an energetic frequency, a non-verbal message that actually radiates into our environment. Now remember, the light codes are actually always in integrity. They are always working in and with universal laws, so they will always work in our highest good, whether we're aware of them or not. They will always be honoring of our higher self and our soul's desires and free will, and in that way they are so safe. So you never have to be afraid of them. They are only going to support you in the best way for you or anyone else who is in their range, so to speak. So like if you're in a room with them or whatever, and you may consciously or unconsciously be picking up on those messages. So they're always going to work for us, to support us in the ultimate way. So the frequencies are ancient wisdom. So the frequencies that the symbols are sharing with us are ancient wisdoms, which are essential to our healing, to understanding, to development, to enlightenment, and our ascension paths. So light codes are not the only way to gain this knowledge, of course, but can be a useful tool in this process. So you might also be wondering, well, that's all great. So I can be in a room and it's radiating out, and I guess some part of me might be getting it somehow, but I want to work with them more consciously. So that's phenomenal. If you want to work with them more consciously, it's only going to serve you. You're only going to be getting more information from them on those subtle levels, which is going to help with all those things that I just listed, evolving and advancing and healing, and it's our enlightenment and ascension path. So working with the light codes consciously does require some practice and some level of personal awareness and potentially mastery, self-mastery. Ultimately, this is all heading for self-mastery anyway, so it's all good. It's all the same practice. It's all working to the same thing. So the best way, actually, the easiest way for us to work with light codes consciously is by altering our brain waves through meditation. Okay, so to gain the most benefit, we need to be in a receptive state of mind. We need to be relaxed. So if you're one of those people who can easily access alpha and theta brainwave state, then you're off to the races. But for the rest of us, we need to meditate, okay? We need to meditate in order to shift our brainwaves out of the thinking brain of beta and into the more relaxed alpha and theta states. So most often, we're taught to meditate with our eyes closed. This helps focus into our internal environment. It reduces the external distractions. It increases relaxation. There's a wealth of information on the benefits of meditation out there. I don't need to even go into that. You can do your own research. If you haven't done that already or have any knowing about what meditation can do for you. But in order to work with light codes consciously, we probably need to see them. If it's going to be like a sign or a symbol or something, we need to actually be able to look at them, as is the case with my book, The Little Book of Light Codes. So I want you guys to just try this. Let's try this exercise together. I want you to begin with your eyes closed, and we're going to slow our breath. 5 seconds inhale, 5 seconds exhale. So let's do that together. Close your eyes. Inhale for 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, continuing your breath, I want you to bring your attention to your feet. Notice how your feet feel. While maintaining your focus on your feet and continuing your breath, place your hand over your heart space and bring your attention to your heart. Continue breathing slowly, focusing on your feet and your heart space. Now, if you need more time, pause this video here. When you are ready, open your eyes and continue breathing slowly while focusing on your feet and your heart space. Okay, so now we'll just bring you out of that, and eventually you will be able to slow your breath, focus on your feet, focus on your heart space without even closing your eyes to begin. This may sound strange, but it will actually help you greatly throughout your day-to-day life if you're able to do this meditation without closing your eyes. If you're able to just slow your breath down, feel your feet, feel your heart, breathe in and out for 5 seconds each. So if you're feeling stress, if you're feeling shocked, if you're feeling upset about anything at all, if someone cut you off in traffic, if you're having a disagreement with someone, if you can do this, and you might even just close your eyes for that moment as you settle into it, this will really give your body, your nervous system, an opportunity to kind of reset from being in this stressful situation, and no one around you will even notice you've done it. Most people won't. You can get very good at it and it becomes very smooth and seamless. And it will shock you how effective it is when you get practicing this often, how just it will surprise you. So I recommend you do this just as a self-care practice anyway. But then, of course, this meditation prepares you very well to working with the light codes. So once you are in this relaxed space, simply gaze at the symbol. So you may feel something, a thought might pop into your head, you might notice, like, who knows what you could notice? Like, really, you might get some emotion out of it, you might like feel really grounded, you might feel something shift. Like, I mean, I don't even want to, the list is endless of the things that you might feel, but you might also feel absolutely nothing at all. Either way, it's totally okay. Some symbols you might feel a strong connection to where you get some kind of like visceral reaction, and others you might not feel anything at all, and it's all good. It's totally normal. And just because you don't feel something doesn't mean that it isn't doing anything. It's just maybe working on levels that are very subtle or that you might not be kind of connected to yet. And it's all good. It's all part of your process, and there's nothing wrong with, you know, if you don't feel anything at all. That's fine. Yeah, so it's all just a process. It's all a practice. And what I want you to remember today is that light codes are life codes, and that they hold this energetic frequency and ancient wisdom so great that is beyond our spoken language and comprehension. So even if you think you know what this is, you really don't. It's kind of like what the physicists say about quantum physics. No one really knows. Like, even the guys who are telling you all that it is, it's still beyond our limited ability that's confined in our brain, you know. So we're always seeking to expand and to learn more and go beyond, and the truth is it's all limitless. We can't know everything. So you have a general understanding of what something is, but you're never going to know it all. So that's why I say that it is beyond our comprehension. So they encourage us also to expand our consciousness and awareness because of this, to accept what is beyond us, into the great unknown, really, and trust that we are part of this infinite realm. So light codes help us to understand what we don't understand about the mysteries of the universe. So for more information on this topic and to work with the little book of light codes and stuff, you can check out my website, you can check out my page, you can message me. I love to hear from you guys. I love hearing your stories. Comments, questions, anything like that, send my way. Make sure you like these videos and share them and follow me. And yeah, I'm super excited to hear from you guys, and I hope you're having the most amazing and wonderful day. And if you want more information on, well, anything to do with light codes and light language or distance healing, energy healing, a lot of things spiritual, send me a message and we'll see if we can do a video for you, okay? So have a great day, all blessings, lots of love, and we'll see you again very soon.